apples.
When it comes to battle mode, I feel like a lot of people seem to have fond memories of this mode. And by just looking at it, it really is a fun mode to play from time to time. Like, let's say for an example, you want to play some Mario Kart, but not in the mood to play some races and stuff. And that's where battle mode would come in. Battle mode itself was very simplistic in the early days of Mario Kart. The first mode we got was Balloon Battle. Now, I feel like a lot of you may know what Balloon Battle is, so I won't waste your time on this for too long. Balloon Battle is a mode where you must pop your opponent's balloons first before they pop yours. Think of it as a last man standing type mode. But later on, each entry to the series would add a new game mode to battle mode itself, whether it would be Coin Runners, Bob-omb Blast, or Shine Thief. And also, there are the battle courses to talk about. All of them have this arena-like look to them and may have a gimmick to them as well. But overall, all of them look nice. Well, some of them are for the most part. And then there's the battle mode for Mario Kart Tour. Now this thing was data mined in the early days of Tour. Now looking at it, it looks very promising and shows that the mode itself is doable in a mobile game. Bearing in mind that you can't either brake or reverse in the game, but other than that, it looks fun. So with battle mode coming into Tour at the Battle Tour, that should make everybody excited, right? Like, you have a mode that everyone should like, right? Yeah. Here's the thing, this mode kinda sucks. And I'm going to talk about why it does in this video. Part 1, the gameplay. So, let's go ahead and talk about the gameplay first. So gameplay wise, it plays fine for the most part. Like if you were to compare this to any other balloon battle from any other Mario Kart game, it's pretty much the same as any one of them. However though, you can't either brake or reverse in the game. So if you hit a wall, all you really have to do is just move until you get back on the road. And as for the items, most of them are there, especially the Thedder, an item that's exclusive for battle mode. Now, what is the objective for battle mode? You basically pop everybody's balloons before they pop yours. And if you manage to pop everybody else's balloons in time, you get yourself a well thought bonus at the end of the battle. So now that's all mentioned, does this make Mario Kart Tour's battle mode fun to play on? Well, here's my answer, no.
Why is the cart not moving?
But for the most part, that's just mostly my opinion though. So first things first, when you're grinding for a high score in battle mode, it tends to get real boring at times. Especially if you've been at it for more than an hour. Like you could be grinding on a battle course for an hour or two and still get nothing. So when you're doing this for, let's say, ACR, I guess, it can be a little bit annoying, but something that can definitely be done in a day. But if it is in ranked though, it goes from annoying to very frustrating. Especially if it is on a battle course that you do not have a good setup on. So having to do that but for ranked makes it feel very monotonous at times. And yes, I did use the word monotonous. But to wrap up my thoughts on the gameplay, it's actually somewhat fun, but just really rough around the edges for the most part. Part 2, the battle courses. Now let's go ahead and talk about the battle courses in the game, because what would battle mode be without battle courses? When battle mode was first released in Tour, we were given 2 battle courses in the Battle Tour, and those 2 are GBA Battle Course 1 from Super Circuit and GameCube Nintendo Cookie Land from Double Dash. So let's talk about GBA Battle Course 1. If we are to compare it to how it looked back in Super Circuit, it's pretty much the same. Like, nothing seems to have changed, at least from what I can tell anyways. But there are like 4 flags at each corner of the stage, but that's really about it from aesthetics, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it does what it was made for. And that's about it really for that battle course. So now let's talk about GameCube Nintendo's Cookie Land. So looking at it, it seems to have a decent overall from its stage layout. The only thing that seems to have changed are the jelly barriers, as they are now split into 2 barriers now. Everything else seems to be the same. So overall, this is one of the battle courses I don't mind playing on when it comes around from time to time. So then we got ourselves another returning battle course in the Halloween tour, this one being DS Twilight House. So looking at it in tour, it looks very nice and everything. Like it has that nice spooky Halloween feel to it. And comparing it to its DS and Wii counterpart, it hasn't changed all that much, at least from what I can tell. So just like Cookie Land, this is one battle course I don't mind playing on when it comes around from time to time. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the city battle courses. I had to talk about these at some point, so let's get started, I guess. To give you a good idea on how these battle courses are, design and concept wise, it's just Mario Kart 8's battle mode in a nutshell. So that should give you an idea what to expect, or expect nothing, I guess. And also, I kinda actually had like some few things written in there about like leading up to like these battle courses, but I kinda just want to get them out of the way, so let's just get started, I suppose. So the first city battle course that we have is New York Minute B. It's New York Minute B, but as a battle course, and that's really about it. And then the second city battle course being Paris Promenade B. It's Paris Promenade B, but as a battle course, and that's really also about it. At the end of the day, these 2 city battle courses don't really like stick out. Like they were just made so Nintendo can just rotate them for certain tours here and there. So to sum up my thoughts on the battle courses, they're not bad, I suppose. The first 3 retro battle courses are nice for what they are, but the other 2 city battle courses are just lackluster. So that's about it for my thoughts on the battle courses in tour. Part 3. The exploits. So, funny enough, people have managed to find exploits in the game for battle mode, surprisingly enough. Now, when I talk about exploits, I don't mean using something to hack the game with. Like, that's a whole other thing. What I mean is using a method to get a very big score in the game. So while someone from probably like Nintendo could call this legit, this is still something that is like frowned upon in the eyes of the community, at least. So far, 2 exploits have been discovered in the game itself. So let's talk about them now. The first one being in DS Twilight House. So to do this trick, you will need at least 1 person with you. Depending on who wants to do this trick, the other person who wants to help out will need to have a mushroom. A triple mushroom will work just as well. The person who has the mushroom at the moment then goes into a corner, and then the other person goes to that person who is in the corner. And so, by constantly touching that person's mushroom, you rack up a lot of points that way. Like an insane amount of points. So a while after that, I believe, this whole thing ended up getting patched. Which, in all honesty, is probably for the best. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for that exploit. Alright, let's talk about the second exploit that was discovered in Paris Promenade B. This trick requires at least 2 people to do it. One person will at least need to have a driver who has the mushroom cannon. So, the person who has the mushroom cannon should go to the starting line area. Then the person needs to drift to any pavement in a certain angle to make a line of mushrooms. And then the other person drives to that line of mushrooms. You can also use a coin box if you so choose. So this is certainly an interesting way to get a lot of points with this exploit. Like, you could get a very comfortable high score on this battle course and then not try as hard on the other courses on the cup. But as of the time I'm making this video, I think this exploit was patched somewhat, so I don't know if it's like repeatable if it returns. And in case you do ask, no, I have not attempted these exploits at all. So yeah, that's about it for exploits now, I suppose. Part 4, the conclusion to this video. So that was Mario Kart Tour's Battle Mode, and if I'm gonna be honest here, it just kinda sucks. At the end of the day, this thing had a lot of potential but just fell off. Like, they started off great by giving us 2 battle courses, but by the spring tour, they just stopped trying with it. Just by looking at it, they could have added more battle courses, so each tour has a nice mix of battle courses to play on. We even could have gotten maybe a special event for it that worked just the same as Kart Pro in a way. But in the end, they barely did anything with it. Like, they just did the bare minimum for it to even be called Battle Mode. The gameplay is generic to say the least, like it's Mario Kart Tour but Battle Mode. Like, there's nothing unique about it that makes it stand out on that part. So overall, this just kinda makes it feel a very mediocre Battle Mode I've played. Like, if you were to compare this Battle Mode to something like Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart 64, it's something, I suppose. But if you were to compare this to 8 Deluxe, then it really is lacking. Like, the only reason I feel like this mode works is because you're not trying to get like a high score, but just playing for fun. It also feels like that they just added Battle Mode into Tour just so that they can call this game a Mario Kart game. Not out of some love for this mode that they would have, but as an obligation to the series that every Mario Kart game needs to have a battle mode in it. The thing is, you are free to call this battle mode and like it. But as for my opinion on this, I find this to be quite disappointing in the end. So that's about it for my thoughts on Mario Kart Tour's Battle Mode. But what are your thoughts on Mario Kart Tour's Battle Mode? Do leave them in the comment section below. But with that done, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. So with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye now.